Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had that barista at Starbucks that's always fucking up your order, smash that subscribe button. Go and have them smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons: Nathan, Scott, Mika Boy, Ramon, Lead with Love, Johnny, Charles, Albert 12, Coach Ken, Marshall, John Wick, Miguel L, AI Vega, Esquiel, Miguel, Let Our Actions Lead Others to Christ, Big Bad 48, JT, Nova, Jack, Michigan Wolverines, Marius, Chevelle 66, Gigi, and Abuelita's Journey. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You do not want to be missing out. This episode right here, man. This one's going to be a banger. This one's going to be good. This one's going to be full of freaking gems for the masses, right? Hector. Communication skills, man, probably number one, communication skills working in a prison. Yesterday, I did a video on violence, right? Getting down with it, giving people the 3 pieces, the 4 pieces, and whatnot. Verbal judo, communication. How important is your mouthpiece in a prison? 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Doesn't matter if you're wearing green as a correctional staff member or if you're wearing blue as an inmate. Cooler heads prevail. Verbal judo. I worked at 2 different prisons throughout my 16 years as an officer, a sergeant, and a lieutenant. Centinela State Prison, which was your normal, average gangbangers prison, no mental health, 0 mental health, right? Then I go to Donovan, RJD. Oh, man, right? Don't get it twisted. There is one good yard there. I'm not trying to get anybody stabbed. I always have to reiterate that. But when you add mental health to the picture, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, Hector, mental health, poor, mentally ill inmates. No. 95% of these guys are fucking faking it, malingering, faking it because they're scared of the real gangsters on the real prisons. This is the truth. This is the facts. And I know there's former blue here that's like, thank you for letting the masses know that there's different levels to this, right? Not all of us are trash by the definition of trash. I'm going to start you from the beginning. When your boy was a young 22-year-old correctional officer straight back from the war in Iraq, full of piss and vinegar and anger issues and rage. And here's why I was full of rage. Because as a survival mechanism, I had to numb my emotions, and I could not feel sadness or hurt when my friends got killed because you don't have the time to process that. I became a master at channeling rage. Every emotion got turned to rage, right? I saw red, I saw black, and just go. And I know you guys who have been through some stuff can agree with that. That's how I was. Still drinking as I have 12 years of sobriety now. I'm a malfunction right there. But I have 12 years of sobriety. And when I was drinking, I was a different person for sure. I was not a good person. As they say, I was sick. I wasn't bad, right? Knowing what I know now about alcoholism. I used to get mad. I used to get mad when the inmates would test me, when they would question me, when they would, what I felt was disrespect, but it maybe not have been disrespect. It's just being new, being green, right? Let me give you an example. I'm going to tell you guys my style, how it progressed through the years. Working a housing unit, Charlie 2 or Charlie 3, level 4 GP. Yes, Centinela did be having a level 4, still do. My style, and my style was never, and this was back then, understand this, to let the inmates run the program, right? Run the building for me. Meaning, there's some officers that will sit at the podium. You got a 270 design. You got A section, B section, and C section. You got the podium right in the middle where the two officers be sitting down, right? They don't like each other. They turn their seat away and they don't speak for 8 hours. Just talking to somebody, they're like, man, it used to be weird watching when two officers used to be sitting and not talking to each other for fucking 8 hours, right? Zero communication skills there. Well, there'd be officers that'll be like, hey, yeah, hey, Toker, go ahead and handle that. Or a guy getting out of pocket and an inmate tells the staff member, hey, we got that. I was never that style at that time, right? Because I didn't want to make it look like the inmates were running the housing unit. And I understand that time frame, that I was running it. Let me give you an example. We knew that the inmates were going to pass things, okay? And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. They passed dope, they passed shanks, knives, weapons, they passed cell phones, and they could probably be passing regular stuff too, right? So I knew that they passed things. I would give them a grace period. I know they're going to run around the tier right before yard recall. Hey, do what you got to do. Right? Do what you got to do. Oh, well, Hector, you're enabling criminal activity. Well, no, I'm not. The only thing as far as I know is they're going door to door, probably saying what's up to their homie. Hey, what's up, Bill? Right? That ain't none of my fucking business, right? At all. At all. I'm trying to go home at the end of the day. Not that I was scared. You guys are gathering. This has nothing to do with being scared, right? Communication is not a form of weakness. As a matter of fact, it is a form of strength. So I would allow them to pass their shit, right? Do what they had to do. But when I said, take it home, day room recall. Day room recall. Right? Take it home. And the dude kept still passing. I would get upset, right? It would just go whoop, fast like a motherfucker. Why? Because I allowed you to pass shit. Now you're just, right? I got to chill out. They knew it too. So this happened a lot in C-section. They'd be on the upper tier. After I gave them ample time to take it home, right? That's what they say. Take it home, take it back to your cell. I would get up out of my chair as a young, chubby CO, thinking I'm a somebody, and I would tell them to come down the stairs, right? And at this time, I would tell them to interlace their fingers behind their head. Normally, when you do a pat down, you can just do it like this. Hey, put your hands out to your side. You just fucking pat them down, right? But in these situations, I would have them interlace their fingers behind their head, not because I thought I was hardcore, not because I thought I was cool, but hey, man, now you're gonna know, right? Now you're gonna know. And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I would keep them off balance, right? I would pull them back so it's kind of awkward. I would spread their feet apart. So now it's all fucked up. Now their homies are looking at them. It's just, now it's a fucked up situation, right? Didn't have to get there. I would whisper in their ear, even as a young cop, the next time I tell you to lock it up, you're going to lock it up. Do you understand me? They would kind of understand, right? And then I would kind of, like I said, I was kind of a hothead in the beginning, right? I'd be like, do you have a problem with that? No. And then I would like let them go. Now, don't think I'm crazy, right? And I would kind of give them a little push, like, hey, what's up? Like, okay, I'm going to let you go now. And you can do whatever you want, right? If you want to turn around and you want to attack me, that's on you, right? But that opportunity is there. Again, not because I think I'm hardcore. Hey, understand that I had a job to do, a fucking job. The last thing you're going to do is be a weenie, right? Because there's housing. Charlie Yard, Donovan, Level 4, SNY, EOP. That place is a madhouse. They need to bulldoze that prison to the ground. Get rid of that captain. Get rid of that AW. Shit can everybody, right? It's bad. It's fucking bad. It is. There's no controls. There's no... It's a fucking free-for-all. Free-for-all. It's dangerous, right? There was another time, I'm going to keep it good for you guys. Same time frame. You know your boy's mentality at that time frame. Alpha Yard, level 3 GP. Just because they were level 3s doesn't mean that they were any less dangerous or violent or with the business. I was in the chow hall, in the culinary, in the morning when the inmates get fed. I've said it before, there's 2 officers in that chow hall. There's one that stands at the window where they watch the trays get passed through a little slot, make sure no funny business is going on, right? Make sure there's no 2 apples when there ain't supposed to be 2 apples. Shit like that, right? Hey, pig, I want my chop, right? So, where's my chop? So, then you have the ones that, the one that seats the inmates at the table per row. Again, Centinela, perfect prison. Anybody wants to transfer there. It's a great fucking prison, trust me. And if you work at Centinela and you think it sucks, you better kiss the fucking ground you work on, because it gets bad elsewhere. Oh man, G, golly G, right? You go to Donovan, motherfuckers getting up, you're drinking coffee, slapping the cop, getting back down, just whatever the fucking free-for-all from hell, right? On a level 4, mind you. Oh, hell no. Again, I gotta slow down. All this blood pressure is documented. I'm gonna take these motherfuckers to the cleaners. Watch. Watch me, G. So, it's all documented. You can see the veins, the venas popping out, G. So, you sit these inmates where they sit down, right? Or you tell them to sit down. There's 4 stools, steel stools on a steel table. There was 3 black inmates sitting at each stool. Well, I don't care. I'm not tripping. I don't do the politics, right? At this young time, even I never did the politics, but I'm just saying. It was a young Southsider, Sureño. Oh, man. There might have been beef at that time. Looking back now, there probably was, but it doesn't matter, right? He skipped the seat. This kid skipped the fucking seat. He was like my age too, youngster. When you have 2 young fucking hotheads going at it, it's not cool. Here we go. He skipped the seat. I said, get up, go sit over there. Nope. Oh, no. Motherfucker told me no. He told me no in front of a lot of... Mind you, there's more inmates piling in. This was a scary part. This is strategy, right? Chess. The chow hall is the most dangerous spot ever. Hey, get up. Take that seat. No. Oh, motherfucker told me no twice. Oh my golly, G. Again, you cannot allow inmates to dictate what they're gonna do in front of other inmates. Bro, you want to know about a sign of weakness? You want to know about giving up the house? You want to know about looking like a bitch? Losing respect? All of the above, whatever you want to call it. It's like, oh, well, Hector, it's not that serious. No, it is that fucking serious. When you have to work there for 30 fucking years, it's fucking serious, right? Everybody has to know what time it is. I don't give a fuck. Right? Within policy, within reason, of course. But I'm going to get to that. Hey, sit there. Nope. Oh, you motherfucker told me no 3 times. He said, it's dirty. I looked. Yeah, there was a fucking little crumb, a bread crumb on the fucking table. I instantly became enraged. Enraged because I'm like, this motherfucker said that the chair was dirty, and I know damn well he was fucking tattooing in a cell with burnt chess pieces, soot, with a fucking paper clip made out of a needle made out of a rusted paper clip, right? And this is the truth. I'm not talking shit. And this motherfucker's saying that this shit's dirty, right? So everybody's looking at me. I'm like, yeah, I could kick it off in there, but why would I do that? I would get stomped out by 100 fucking people. I've talked about this. So I'm fucking upset. You got 2 doors to the chow hall. Eventually, they're going to have to leave, right? The moment he never sat there. That's to this day. Ooh, I could see that shit in my head. Ooh, I know which one it was, too. Three black inmates. They weren't even tripping. They kind of understood, like, fuck it. he doesn't want to sit here because inmates, I don't know. In his head, he didn't want to sit there. He didn't want to be the only Mexican sitting there, especially during that time of the tension. But again, it's not my problem. I come outside first. I tell my partners, hey, I'm gonna jam a fool up. I'm gonna jam a dude up. And I was new, bro. I didn't have this type of, I'm fucking new. I'm over here, pow, 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 right? Kind of got some common sense. Well, I do got common sense. So I come outside. The little Southsider, he was little too. I'm not gonna like say this guy was a giant because he wasn't. He comes outside. The staff members close the doors, right? And this is what I hated. You guys want to know what green thinks? I'm telling you what green thinks, and I'm letting the public know what it looks like. What you have is green staff members standing outside of the chow hall, doing random pat downs. Again, Sentinella. You go to RJD, got motherfuckers coming out of the chow hall with TVs, right? Slap the cop with the TV. You think I'm fucking kidding? I'm not. There's a reason why I left. Couldn't handle the pressure, right? Is that even pressure? Fuck. So you have other, and where I was, Sentinella, Southsiders, and they be knowing too. They know how it goes. They're walking, now they stop. Because I told you guys, you mess with one bean, you get the whole burrito. That's their rules, not ours. That's what they say, not us. Meaning if one Southsider fights a cop, you better believe every Southsider on that fucking yard is going to be fighting the fucking cops. 100% true. And that was happening at that time frame, 100% true. So they'll stop. So now you have inmates stopped on the track, right? That's what they call it, the track around the recreational yard. And I'm going to have to make a part 2 out of this motherfucker. You have me confronting the inmate, and I can overhear, right? Because your head's on the swivel, your ears, even though I got tinnitus and shit, and ED, I still know what's going on. I really got to stop with the ED jokes, because you know how your phone be tapping in and listening to shit? I get all kinds of stupid ED ads now. Oh, man, G. So, they tell the guys keep walking, right? And I say this because it's better that they just keep walking, right? Because when it's not worth it. It's not worth it to kick the whole motherfucker off. It's never going to be worth it. What is everybody going to gain? Black eyes, right? Black eyes, busted lips, stab wounds, while the higher ups in Sacramento can just fucking sit in their comfy chairs and laugh? Nah, no thank you. So I tell the inmate again, do my whole thing, put your hands on the fucking wall. Right now I'm upset, I'm in rage. The next time I tell you to take the fucking seat, whatever, you're gonna fucking do it. Now he starts talking shit. I don't give a fuck. A youngster, mind you. I don't give a fuck. Write me up. I don't, like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like, I only wrote up one inmate, right? You guys caught me slipping. I said I never wrote one up. I did write one up at Donovan for unlawful influence, right? You want to write these guys at Donovan up? Write them up for unlawful influence. They be unlawfully influencing people. And do it as a counseling. Do it as a counseling so the lieutenant, like myself, can't dismiss it, right? It's there. The fool wants to act. And trust me, there's levels to this. I'm not saying that every inmate. I'm saying for the ones that are at RJD, which I'm going to get to. Write me up. And I'm like, this dude thinks I'm going to write him up. Like, the fuck? I said, hey, dude, I don't write fucking inmates up. Like, it got heated, right? And then he understood where I was coming from. And then he was like, well, what are you going to do? Beat me up? He kind of changed his tone, right? And I was fucking pissed. Either way, right? That was zero communication skills. It's kind of me just imposing my will, like violence, like rage, right? Like short fused. That's not really communication skills. I mean, I kind of did what I had to do at that time. Whatever. That was 2008. We are now in 2023. Body cameras. Oh, fuck. Forget it. So, that was then. And then I got sober. I learned communication skills. I became a better person. I stopped doing dirt. I stopped being a POS, right? In my home life, at work, I was just kind of always like professional. But like in my home life, I stopped running amok, being wild. And, well, when I say professional, I followed policy and procedure, right? I used to bend policy and procedure. I never broke it, for sure. So now I'm a sergeant, put the stripes on, Donovan, 2015. Here's the thing about what I noticed. When you get rank, I noticed that the inmates treat you different. And here's what I mean. When I was an officer, the inmates treated me like shit, a certain way. When I was a sergeant, they treated me a little nicer. When I was a lieutenant, it was, hey, good morning, LT. Can we refill your cup of chanate? Yeah, hey, LT, top of the morning, bud. Right, so instantly I thought, holy shit, the more rank I put on, the nicer these guys are. Which makes sense why if you're a fucking plumber that made it to associate warden or an office technician that made it to assistant chief deputy director up in Sacramento, all they've ever seen is a nice part of the inmates. The nice, hey, give me a transfer. Hey, let me out of the hole. Hey, suspend my shoe term, right? They didn't know what it was like working in a building, working in a chow hall. And I gathered that. Your boy right here, my hamster's on steroids, I'm telling you. So that made sense. I will always say, whoever the secretary is now, I can't keep up because they change every year. That's a Fall Guy spot. You guys try so hard to make it to headquarters for what? To be put in the hat and then fucking get recycled out and then make fun of on YouTube? No, thank you. Fuck that. So, Fall Guy spot. The higher you go up the rank, the nicer they are to you. Well, my communication skills went like fabulous, man. Then I went to hostage negotiation, crisis response team, hostage negotiator course. You're fucking talking. It's chess. It's strategy. Like it's smart thing to do for sure. A lot of the times you'll have an inmate in a holding cell. And now, mind you, these inmates at Donovan are different than the ones at Centinela. What I'm about to tell you, I couldn't do at Centinela because it would just not end well. And the inmates didn't get down like that. Like fucking, what's the word? Snakish, childish, dishonorable. They just, in Donovan, man, you got two turds right now in AdSec that keep assaulting staff. One of them fucking tried to take the gun away from the sergeant at Centinela. Why the warden there doesn't transfer them the fuck out is beyond me, right? And those types of inmates, fucking turds. And I got into it with one of them right before I left. This motherfucker, and I know you're never supposed to trust an inmate, but this guy, right, we agreed on something. He was in the hole, and I know how the hole can be in Donovan. You have a motherfucker sitting in there for a year, never even seen committee. It's just, you have acting counselors, acting CC2s, acting captains, acting officers, acting sergeants, acting lieutenants, acting chief deputy wardens, acting fucking a buffoon wardens with a little A for acting. It's the whole, everybody's acting, nobody knows what's going on, right? Couldn't take it anymore, I left. He said, ALT, I want to know, well, oh my God, this story's gonna drag on. This motherfucker throws himself on the floor, right? He throws himself on the floor like a little kid throwing a tantrum, and I don't want to hear, oh, he's a poor misguided child. What he needs is a spanking, okay? If he's a poor misguided child, he needs a spanking. Spankings work, right? Your boy, my dad used to come home with a Sam Brown, pow! Sir, yes, sir! Oh, la verga, I'm only fucking 4, Dad, right? So, he's laying down, get your ass up. No, get up. No, okay. What can I do for you, bud? Welcome to California Department of Corrections 2023. What can I do for you, buddy? Well, LT, you see. Oh, he did yell on crib. He did yell on crib, cuh, on crib, On dead homies. Oh my God. If I have one guy tell me on dead homies one more time, let the motherfucker tell me on dead homies. Because if it's anybody that knows about dead homies, it would be me. There you go. You could almost see it. You guys could see it. So, tell motherfucker, get up. No. Okay. Okay. ALT, I want to know, I want my RVR printed out. I want to see why I'm back here in the hole. He knew, he had like fucking 30 staff assaults. He knew damn well he was in the hole. And I printed it out, gave it to him. Right? That's me being a lieutenant. That's me doing my job. That's not necessarily weak. I saw a problem. I saw a solution. We got body-worn cameras. We got cameras. We do beat him up and drag him back in the cell. Get fired for what? For a dude that just doesn't know how to act right? No, thank you. We'll keep pushing forward, as I say. Well, no sooner do I do that shit does the inmate board up with the fucking paperwork I gave him. And I'm like, oh, why did I just do that? Why I fucking got duped. Oh, I got duped again, man. Can't wait to fucking quit. Anyways, my communication skills got way better. That is not a sign of... There was a lot of problems. And my friend, too, he's a lieutenant there. And he would tell me, like, hey, bro, a lot of these dudes have legitimate issues. On one time, I was the watch commander, the lieutenant in charge of the prison on third watch, but I was probably cross-covering Charlie Yard. I think I was cross-covering Charlie Yard. Or maybe I was Delta Yard cross-covering Charlie Yard. Either way, you're going to cross-cover everything when you work at RJD. Charlie Yard's the worst one. So I get a call, hey, Lieutenant, I got two inmates that are refusing to lock it up. And it was about to be count time at nighttime. So instantly I get upset, right? I told you I have an anger issue problem, just get upset. And I go over there, right? The lieutenant goes to the housing unit. And there was a transgender inmate and there was an older OG, I think in a wheelchair. And they were outside of the cell. And they see me come in. They're like, ALT, we're not going to go back in there. And I'm like, oh, you guys are going to go back in there. Right. It's like, it's not an argument. It's not a question. It's not, hey, is it a mystery? Are they not going to go back in there? They're going to go back in there, right? But we got to see what's going on. ALT, there's shit in that toilet. The toilet won't flush. The toilet has been plugged up for 4 days. I look. Oh my God, I hate RJD. Sure enough, there was poop water in the toilet for 4 days. Now, come on, man. That's inhumane. That's fucking unsanitary. For one, you want to talk about like COVID and everything else, getting the, like, I'm like, oh, man. The dude was very respectful, right? He's like, ALT, like, we've been telling the cops, we've been telling the sergeant, we've been telling everybody, and it's still plugged. I'm like, fuck, man. I said, look, man, you haven't told me. Right? This is the first time you're telling me. This is the first time we're meeting. I always used to tell them that. Because they would tell other people and get probably fucking shunned off or they would get busy. Like, look, this is the first time you're talking to me. All right? Yeah, cool. I said, I'm going to get a plumber snake or I'm going to get a fucking plunger or whatever. And he's like, oh, I appreciate that. And he's like, I'll take it back into the cell. I just want to know, like, if you're really going to do it. I said, look, man, I'm giving you my word. Like, yeah, that's fucked up. I said, I wouldn't even want to be in this fucking cell right now. I look at the officers and I'm like, how long has this been going on for? He's like, I don't know, a couple of days. I'm like, basic human needs, right? That's kind of common sense. If it's disgusting, right? If it's unsanitary, if people are about to die, get injured, if it's not a off the wall, like, hey, CO, give me some crack cocaine, then it's a legitimate issue, right? That's the job of a correctional peace officer in California, right? When we're not putting out violence. So I tell them, they got me good too on the radio. They said, they did on Central Control. They did the out call. They said, anybody knowing the whereabouts of a plumber snake, contact the Delta Yard lieutenant. And I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers. Everybody started laughing. Ah, yeah, joke's on me, guys. Joke's on me, right? So we end up, right, the other inmates, they know too, man. One inmate's going to give another inmate I didn't tell, I did not tell the GPs that I used their plumber snake on the SNY yard. I didn't tell them, right? They didn't really need to know. It's a plumber snake. So I fucking took the little plunger. The dude unclogs his toilet and goes back. Hey, thank you, LT. I ain't never met one like you. What? A fucking real one? A professional? Motherfucking ethical human being? Send me back, Sentinella. Send me back right now. I don't want to be here anymore. Ya dije. I'm going to have to do a part 2. I just showed you right now how I came in as a hothead. This is a long ass episode. That's cool. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling you guys. I really love this, right? How I came in as a hothead, right? Wanted to fight people that weren't listening to me. To, hey man, what's going on, right? A couple times did I get okey-doked? Yeah, I got okey-doked, right? But you know, you live, you learn, and you just play each fucking scenario out, right? Each individual, you learn. I'll tell you what, that other inmate I was telling you in that seg, I wouldn't ship him out to another prison, please. But you live and you learn, right? You burn a bridge, you burn a bridge. With that, the message for today is communication. There's going to be a part 2. Keep pushing forward.